respect it, we network across the globe, cause it's a global market in case you didn't know. And since we all about information flow, let me be the first one to welcome you to Tech Zone with Paul Amadeus Lane. Let's talk tech, cause technology changing the game. It's all good in the hood, it's everywhere. Now let's get to the show, cause we live on air, yeah.
Welcome back to the show. I am Paul Amadeus Lane. So happy to have you back with us. Second segment. It's so funny sometimes, the shenanigans I get into during the commercial break. I'm singing songs. One of the days, I'm sure the crew here is going to film me singing my songs and post it on YouTube and all that other great stuff. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all who are supporting the YouTube channel and the show. I am humbled and I am honored to be able to speak with you about technology and the different trends out there, the cool tech out there, and also highlight some of the great companies out there that are helping us just in everyday life. Like the theme of the song of the show. It's all good in the hood. It's everywhere when it comes to technology. So thank you for being on the journey with me. I love to eat. Everyone who knows me knows that's true. Sean knows that. I'm still waiting for Sean to make me some crust. Sean's supposed to make me a crust with Fireball in a pie. So, Sean, I'm looking forward to that. But do you often have a hard time when it comes to pick what to eat when it's time to go out to eat? And you're like, I'm feeling this, but I don't know where to get it. Well, my next guest is going to help us out because we all go through it. Well, look no further. Joining me right now from Wine and Dine is the head of product and strategy, Mr. Mike Williams. Mike.
What's happening, Paul? Thanks for having us on.
Hey, great to have you with me, my friend. So, Mike, let's talk about Wine and Dine. What is Wine and Dine?
So Wine and Dine, it's all about food, the best restaurants, what to order. About a year old, so we're really excited. But it's the best place to discover the best food and the best restaurants in cities around the world.
See, that's what I'm talking about right now. Now to pull this off, it seems like it's a community effort, right? So, where did you get this big community of foodies to buy into this? Because this is amazing.
Yeah. So they're coming from all over the world. It's a lot of word of mouth. People who go out to eat with each other, kind of spreading it that way. But the community is super important to us, on a by city basis, and then the broader community. But it's really just a bunch of people who love food, who love, cool spots, new spots, classic spots. But more importantly, what's the best thing to order at a restaurant. So that's what's really kicking this thing forward.
And you know what, Mike, you guys are so graciously to send me some screenshots of the app, which I think is amazing. And as we look at them right now, those of you who are viewing us on video and those who are listening on the radio, just got to check out the video podcast after the show. So, Mike, let's talk about these two screenshots we have right here.
Good thing. So on the left, you got the feed. That's the main section of the app, and it's just a ton of food, kind of firing in all times, all during the day, real time. So you got that beautiful looking milkshake at Black Tap. It's a place here in New York. What users do is they'll want to try it, and that's a bookmarking function. So we'll remind you of places that you want to go, or we'll remind you of specific dishes once you're at that restaurant of what to order. On the right is our search and explore section. So you've got top restaurants, top cuisines. It's all algorithmically driven. So it's, what people are searching for, where they're posting, where they're want to trying things. You got the map down there. It's just only highlighting the best restaurants around you. And you got a search function. So you could search by types of restaurants. You can search people. Search specific dishes which people really love. So let's say you want a chicken parm for lunch, you pop right in there and you could say, hey, what's the closest thing around me? And, show you a list, it'll show you all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of power in that section.
And this shot right here of the app too, is this kind of the same thing? You take a picture of what you're eating and post it up?
Yep, you take a picture. That's what it works. Picture, we think people eat with their eyes. A lot of platforms out there are review driven and text driven. We're all about the photo. People don't really like to share pictures of stuff that they don't like. It helps us keep things really positive. It helps us, make things really easier on the user front. But it's all about the photo for us. So we got visual menus. Anytime you're making a decision on Wine and Dine, you can actually see what the food looks like, what the restaurant looks like, so you don't have to read about it and take a risk.
And Mike, when it comes to I guess all this content that users provide and foodies provide.
Yep.
How is this impacting the restaurant industry? Are they like, hey, how can I get in there? Hey, or if you post this, we'll give you 20% off. How's that working?
It's big. So restaurants are really just starting to figure it out now. It's a free word of mouth marketing platform for restaurants. So if you get hot on Wine and Dine, we're going to impact your bottom line pretty aggressively. So, we've seen restaurants here in New York or out in LA that have opened up, and within a couple of days, they have a few hundred recommendations already on Wine and Dine, and it kicks it into the community, and people are just getting there as fast as they can. Our community, in cities around the world, they know about places before everyone else. It's kind of like the first to market for a lot of new restaurants. So getting hot with us is a pretty powerful thing because it's just going to drive customers in the door for restaurants.
Back in the days when I was younger, I used to find out about restaurants by word of mouth, and it really wasn't a lot of restaurants back then. So you can find out by word of mouth. But now, with all these different restaurants, why is restaurant discovery broken, and why is Instagram not enough to trying to drive ones to the restaurant stores?
Well, so restaurant discovery, like you look at the bigger players out there, you look at the Yelps of the world, restaurants can pay their way up the list, and we think that's unfair to the best restaurants. So for Wine and Dine, it's all about the quality of the food and what the community is saying about the restaurant. The better the food is, the more people like your place, the more people are going to see it. So we have a much simpler model. Instagram is great, and we see a ton of people sharing food photos on there, but all it is a photo. So on Wine and Dine, we tell you what the dish name is, we tell you where it's from, we tell you what people think about it. So there on the screen, you see a restaurant page there on the right. Our menus are completely organized by popularity. So if you go to, By Chloe in this instance, you'll see that the quinoa taco salad is the best thing. So it's kind of like, what do regulars order when they come here? That's what they get. And so we want to make it easier for you to not miss out, on the best stuff on the menu. Think asking your waiter what's the best thing to order, kind of that, but in the palm of your hand.
That is awesome. And we have some more screenshots right here too. Walk us through these.
Sure. So this is actually our new iMessage app. We just released it a few days ago. We're pretty excited about it. It directly integrates into iOS 10. So you said before, you're talking, going back and forth with your wife. Where should we go? What should we order? We do the same thing with our friends. So this allows us to just use the data in the app and send a list of restaurants to your friends or to a group message and say, hey, here's 5 or 6 different spots. Users could open up the list, swipe left and swipe right if they want to or don't want to go, check out the menu, and then it sends a list of restaurants back to the group or back to whoever is in the text thread, and you've got your spot to go for that night or for the weekend plans.
And if you're hungry, beware because you want to go to everyone. And because I'm looking at, it's almost lunchtime for me, Mike, and on the West Coast, and I'm looking right now, and I'm like, wow, that looks so delicious, man. Do you use it yourself? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, we use it a lot. I mean, that's kind of the fun with building this thing. We go out to eat a lot. It's something that we use daily, whether we're taking pictures of stuff we're eating or whether we're trying to figure out where we want to go for dinner. I use it all the time. Everyone in the office does. So we're having fun building a product that we all use a lot.
And Mike, when we look at different trends out there, what is your data showing? What are the major trends when it comes to dining? Because I know, is it the same on the East Coast and the West Coast and the South and the North? What are you guys seeing?
We see some interesting trends, like coastal trends. We see a lot of similarities in big cities. Here in New York this past summer, we saw a lot of poke coming in from the West Coast, so stuff that's hot out there. We saw heating up. We see a lot of matcha drinks. That's been a big trend lately. But it's pretty interesting to see what we get out of our data. We know what people are searching for. We know what they want to eat. The data side of things is really interesting for us down the road because there's some really cool stuff that we could do there.
And on the flip side, Mike, when we look at ones taking pictures of what they enjoy about different food, do they put on there what they don't like either? Like, hey, don't get this because if you get this, it might mess you up.
Not really. So the whole concept behind Wine and Dine is it's what to eat, not what to avoid. So about 95% of our posts are all positively reviewed. So we don't see ourselves as a review platform. We see ourselves as a recommendation engine. And that's a really big differentiator for us. We want to make it easy for a user to say, hey, I'm hungry. Where should I go? as opposed to having to say, okay, I'm hungry now. I have to sort through the best stuff, the worst stuff, the decent stuff. It's all about this is the best place. This is the best for you. Here's where you got to
And
go.
what I like about it is real time too, because right now you're probably getting some reviews right now. They're like, hey, eat this, and eat that, because it's almost lunchtime on the West Coast. So everybody's doing that. So that's cool. We're getting some great sound effects too when it comes to that. Now, I saw an article talked about Melo, Mr. Carmelo Anthony, Syracuse Orange Man himself, New York Knicks. How did he get involved with this? This is amazing.
So Josh Stern, Adam Cooper, the two co-founders of Wine and Dine, they're New York guys, and they got introduced to Carmelo through some friends, early on, sometime last year. And Melo actually uses Wine and Dine all the time. He's a big food guy. He loves wine. He's been awesome, working with him. We've done some events together. He loves Wine and Dine, so it's cool to see what he eats. We always get excited to see Melo dig in some sushi or cool bottle of wine, but he's heads down right now trying to ball for the Knicks out here in New York.
Absolutely, it's great to have someone like that in your corner, because that really means that this product, man, is hitting a home run. What are some other things out there? What's the future for Wine and Dine that you can share with us?
Sure. So menus are a big focus for us. We think what we can do on the menu front is pretty awesome. If you go and search a restaurant now, you're going to just see a standard menu. With us, you can actually see what you want to order. So menus is a huge focus for us, but we're really interested in personalization and recommendations. So think Spotify, what they're doing for music and serving up exactly what you want to hear. We want to give you that for food. And we think people go out to eat a lot, and the restaurant industry is a huge one. So personalizing that, so you could go into the app instead of having to go find something. We could say, hey, Paul, we know you dig Italian. We know you love sushi. Here are the best spots that you haven't been to yet. So that's a big focus for us.
Here in California, we know what's big, especially in the Southland, is barbecue. Now, You get some good barbecue spots on there. It's like, wow. But when it comes to like signing up for the app, do you automatically become members of the community to upload your experience to, or how does that work?
Yeah, so everybody's a member. Anyone who signs up for Wine and Dine, it's really easy. It's free. You just create a username, and then you're in. Early on, we're still in our early stages, so a lot of people that do sign up love to share, which is great, which we're really excited about. But it's super easy, and we want it to be an inclusive community. We don't want to keep everyone, on one side of the fence. So we encourage a community of people who are sharing what they like, as well as finding things that they can try.
And Mike, when it comes to the company's journey, where did you come in the journey? Were you in the beginning, in the middle, or where did you come in at?
I was in the beginning. So Josh and Adam started it up as a side project last year, and they started giving it to their friends, and friends started sharing with friends. They were kind of the guys who, it's Friday night, where should I go to dinner? And they're calling Josh and Adam. So they said, well, why don't we put this online? Let it be something easy we could share with each other. And then I was actually working at Square. Caviar was a delivery company, and we got linked up through some friends, last fall. And I thought it was awesome what they were doing. So I joined really early. So we're about 11 on the team now. So we've grown quite a bit in the last few months.
Wow. And looking at where you were when you started off to where you are now, Mike, how does that make you feel, bro? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, we're excited, man. It's we kind of feel like we're at the bottom of the mountain. We got a lot we can do. We're growing really quickly, but we're feeling really pretty jazzed up. We think that there's a huge opportunity here, and we look at what our users are doing, and we look at how people enjoy the app, and we're constantly getting emails from users. I love this thing. I don't use it anything else when I go out to eat. Or we got restaurants telling us like 90% of the people in our restaurant on Saturday night are talking about Wine and Dine. Like, who are you guys? So wow. that stuff gets us pretty excited.
That's pretty cool, especially when you start. I remember when I first started out in broadcasting, it was really cool when the first person came to me and said, "Hey, I hear you on the radio. I listen to you." And I'm like, "Oh, you do? It's working." So, it's nice when others appreciate the hard work that goes into it, and talk about just the blood, sweat, and tears that go into this. Because I think sometimes when we look at startups and we look at companies, people think it's so easy. Snap your fingers. Hey, I'm successful. But talk to that entrepreneur or that startup person out there to let them know you got to be in it for the long haul. You just can't get into it and in 3 months get out of it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a grind, man. It's a hustle. But everyone here, all 11 of us, we all really believe in what we're doing, so it makes the hard work worth it. But it's definitely a hustle. We work pretty crazy hours, around the clock, Monday through Sunday. But it's all worth it. We think we got a real awesome opportunity, and we're having fun. Everyone's friends. Josh and Adam have known each other since they were kids. Our two head engineers were, one of them was the best man in the other's wedding when they were in college. We got a really tight knit crew. Our designer is a very good friend of mine, so we have a good time in the office. A bunch of sports fans that we all like to eat, so it's a hustle for sure. It's a grind, but it's all worth it. We're having a good time.
And Mike, think about how technology is today, that we're able to have an app like this, have a discussion like this, and who would have thought about it? 10 or 11 years ago that we would have a platform like this that can help us to figure out what to eat, so the husbands and wives and the ones in relationships won't be arguing. Thank you guys so much for helping us not argue as much.
Hey man, glad you dig it. Glad you like
and before
it.
we let you go, anything else you'd like to articulate that we didn't have a chance to talk about that you want to bring up now to the audience?
No, we're just anyone who's listening, that loves food, that maybe has a special occasion coming up, or likes to go out, after a long day, have a nice glass of wine, a nice meal. Check out the app. Take it for a spin. If you have any feedback or you want to talk to us, we love to hear from users. Shoot us a message, hello@wineanddine.com. And, we'd love to know what you'd love to see in this thing. We're building around the clock. So let us know what you think. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, and we'll work to get it cleaned up for you.
And Mike, the best way for them to get the app, is it to go on the website or go to the store, the Apple Store?
Apple Store is the easiest. Just search Wine and Dine. It'll come right up. But you go to our website as well, and there's a link to the store. But it's pretty easy to find.
Mike, it's been an honor talking to you, my friend. I wish you guys much success out there, and keep up the great work with Wine and Dine, and love to catch up with you later on down the road, see how things are going.
Awesome, Paul. Thanks very much for having us. It was a pleasure, man.
That was Mike Williams from Wine and Dine. Enjoyed talking to Mike, finding out the history of the company, and also this is pretty cool for you foodies out there. I'm a foodie. You watch. And I get on there all about barbecue. My mom calls it barbecue. She forgets all the syllables and it's barbecue. Mom say barbecue. So yes, enjoy talking to them. Wine and Dine. Wine and Dine. Make sure you get that app in your Apple iStore. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Tweet me and let them know what you think. Great guys over there. When we get back, we're going to talk about health insurance. It's about the time for enrollment. What to do. There's an organization in the business out there that will help navigate us through to make the right choice without all the hodgepodge. Yeah. We back here on the Tech Zone on Paul Amadeus Lane. Sean, where's my crust? Talk to you soon. Be back after these messages.